Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Deseray and it's very nice to meet you. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my current favorites. That's what I'm going to do my face with today, is my current go-to favorites. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. And we'll just get into it. So my current favorite primer, well, it's been my favorite forever, but my continuous favorite primer is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I mostly just focus this on my cheeks because I do have very noticeable pores. Oops, got some hair on my face. So that is what I will prime the cheeks with. And then I'll just use another primer for the rest of my face. So if you want to see what I'm kind of up to, you can see my other videos and you'll see that I'm currently doing a no buy. So you will see like a continuous kind of like little repeat of some products. So that would be why, because I'm not going to be buying anything for a few more months. I did like 6 months and it started like fall of last year, so I think it's April something. I'll have to ask my sister. She's keeping me from buying anything because she's keeping me in check. So I think it's like April something that I will be able to buy again. So for the rest of my face, I'll just use the Laura Mercier Pure Chemist Primer. Oops. So if y'all have any video suggestions, like for real, I'm open to them. I have some like things that I want to do, like a list of some things, but I feel like when you can't buy a whole lot, it's like hard to make things up, like of what you can do, because normally people just do the new like the new releases. So I can talk about those, or I can just use things. Like if y'all want to see a specific makeup look, please leave a comment down below. It really does help. So for my current favorite foundation, well, I actually just ran out. It is the, give me 1 second. So my current favorite has been the Trestique, I guess it's just a foundation stick. Mine is in the Paradise Island Beige. As you can see, I am out. I'm empty. This is just the plastic little container. So my second favorite is the Purlisse Radiant Glow Illuminating BB Cream. This is in my like my pan project video. The thing I have some things I want to finish up this year, or at least hit pan in, and this is something I want to finish up this year. So that is my second favorite, so I'm going to use that today for my foundation. It gives, oh god, that is messy. Ew. Okay. So it gives a really good, like, just base kind of look to it. It is lighter, like as in coverage. So I do build up with it because it's not very much coverage, but I do like how lightweight it feels. That's why it's one of my favorites, just because it is so lightweight, easy breezy to put on. It blends in really nice. It's just a really nice product. Okay, as you can see, it's very illuminating. For me, that is never a good thing, but the powder I'm going to use today is a bit more of a mattifying powder, so it should help. Let me see if I can kind of get an idea of where I am. Okay, so I said in my video about halfway. Yeah, I'm about just a little more than halfway done, but yeah, pretty much halfway, which is exciting because it is so nice when you actually are using up your stuff. So I'm going to be kind of focusing more on my pan project products. I am going to be using other products because I don't want to abandon those as well, but I am going to be using more of my pan project products. So it gets a decent amount of coverage without, being thick. Like, it really feels like I'm not wearing anything. Maybe just a very light moisturizer. Other than that, it doesn't really feel like much at all. Now for touch-ups, because I do have a few noticeable pimples, what I like to do for my touch-ups is use the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer, which I really do like this concealer, but I got a little bit too dark of a shade for my under eyes. So I have been loving this for my touch-ups because it's light, but it gives coverage, and it's just easy to blend. So this has been my current favorite touch-up. Is the shade Beige, which I thought would work for some reason, even though normally my foundations are like a beige, so I don't know what I was thinking there, but at least we got use for it. Okay, and then for my regular concealer, y'all have seen this a lot in my videos. It is the Item Beauty shade 110. I'm just going to use that for my regular concealer. And I think I'm almost done with this. The reason why I say this is because it's like, okay, look how gunky that, oh, ew! Water just came out of that. It's 12-month thing, and I haven't had it for 12 months. But water just came out. Oh. Ew. I don't know if I want to use this anymore, but like I was saying, is look how gunky that looks. Like, so I think I'm like, it's getting on its last leg, but with the water coming out the way it did, wow, that didn't last very long. Well, with Item Beauties, I don't think that their products last as long as they should, because like their mascara, like the little bitty like lash snack mascara, I had for a couple months because I was using it for my little lashes, and it went clumpy. Like it was really smooth, very nice, and then all of a sudden it started going clumpy, so I didn't use it on my lower lashes anymore when I just got rid of it in my declutter, because I don't use things like that for my main lashes. So I don't think their products last very long. I have to see if I still want to keep using that. I don't know. What do y'all think? I mean, do y'all's concealers normally get water like that when they're going bad, or is that normal? I don't think that's normal, but y'all just let me know down below what you think about that, because that was not expected at all, because it like doesn't show any separation or gunk on the outside. I don't know. I didn't like that. Oh, and my Charlotte Tilbury concealer, I said I was going to finish, but I decided not to finish that because the thing was getting so gunky. I just had a tiny bit left anyway. I just put it in my empties because it is so gunky, and the sponge on it was just so very, ugh. Like, I had a lot, like, squeezed out at one time. I guess, like, where it was just gunky on top, it blocked it, and then somehow, like, it released it. And there was, like, a lot that came out at one time. And just, it was so messy and got everywhere. So I didn't finish that, so that's just in my empties. I really wanted to finish it, but just, oh my gosh, I have hiccups, sorry. But just the way it was looking, like, I just didn't want to finish that. Plus, I've had it for like 2 years, right? No, I've had it for 1 year, so it probably was just done for anyway. So as much as I really wanted to feel the completion of finishing it, I just wasn't going to because it just didn't seem very sanitary. So to set my under eyes, I am going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder, which is what I always use. I just like it because it's light and easy for my under eyes. It's just really nice. I've actually liked using a brush more to set my under eyes than the sponge. I feel like it gets more on there, and it actually kind of just really sets everything a lot better than a sponge does. Oh, I just flipped that in my hair. So yeah, that's just my favorite under eye powder. I heard someone else say that they had used it for that. I tried it and I absolutely loved it because it kind of at first feels like it could be a little like drying, but then it kind of just kind of fades out. That drying feeling does. Oh my gosh, I have my dog's hair on my lip, sorry. Okay, finally off. So like I was saying is that I heard someone else use it for that, so I tried it and I absolutely loved it. And ever since then, I have just been using that only for my under eyes because it kind of gives like a soft, a little bit of like there's little baby like glitter particles, so it does give that luminous look, and it just sets everything down really, really well. Okay, for my brows, I'm just gonna use my go-to brow products. My only brow products. That's why they're my go-to. But yeah, anyway. I'm gonna start off with my pencil. This is the Brow Gal pencil in medium brown 4, and I'm just going to outline my brows. And then for the pomade, I'm just going to use a little bit. It's the Dip Brow Pomade in Soft Brown by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then I'll just set everything in place with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel. And now we shall go on to the face, and then I'll do my eyes. So for face products, for cream, I've been really liking this Olipop Little Trio. It comes with a bronzer, blush, and highlight, which I don't use the highlight just because cream highlights just don't work out for me, and this is just so stiff and does not show up the way I like, so I just don't use that. But I do use the blush and the bronzer, so that is what I'm going to use for my cream products today, and then I'll go on top with my powdered. Oh, and this is in the Sunkissed, the Stack the Odds, and the shade range of this is Sunkissed. I think it's the medium one. I think so, because I think I do have a backup, and I have it like the Sassy Pants one, and I think that one's lighter, so this I believe is the medium. Okay, so the reason why I like this so much is because it just, the depth of the color just really shows through. Of course, I still like my ColourPop ones, but this just works so well, and I just love this bronzer. So what happened is, I went on vacation, and I was trying to like minimize the amount that I bring, because normally I bring a lot of makeup, a lot of clothes and everything, because I was trying to minimize the amount of stuff I was bringing. So I brought this, was like, hey, it's like it's a 3-in-1, but I just use it as like a 2-in-1, so I was like, this is perfect. It's easier than bringing 2 little tubes of the ColourPop, so this would just be so much better. And at first I couldn't get the, like I forgot to bring a brush like this to use for it because it's cream, so I didn't have anything to get out with, and I used my sponge, and the way I did it, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I love this color. It just works out amazing. So ever since then, I have absolutely fell in love with this. So this is an awesome little trio. If you like the cream type of highlighters, then you will most likely like this. I'll just show you. You really have to like warm it up with your fingers and like work it in there. And this is what it looks like. It's just very sheer and light, and which some people like. I'm just not that type of person. Like you can see, it's like right here. You can probably see that little bit of glow. It's not very much. For me, that's the reason why I don't like it. I like more of your bang, blinding highlights, not your subtle little ones. And if I do like that, then I like it more of a powder, or more of like my, what do you call it? A little Tarte glow wand thing. Not more of this, because I feel like it just isn't really going to show up at all. But for those who do like it, I think that this trio would be perfect. Now for my powders, my go-to bronzer has been this beautiful Park Ave Princess palette. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 bronzers and 2 lighter shades, which I use as a setting powder. This for me is perfect to take traveling as well, because it just has like your 4 different ranges if you're going to go more bronzy, more natural, or like just mix them or whatever. And then the 2 setting powders, because I don't have to bring like a whole other setting powder. But in this today, I am just going to be using it for the bronzers. And I'm going to do my 2 that I normally use is the Angle and Princess Cut. I'm not really quite sure which one is in like the little single. I feel like it's probably Princess Cut, but I haven't really figured that one out, which one it is. So I'm just going to use that to go on top and set that cream down. Okay, so that is my go-to. I feel like it looks a lot darker on camera than it actually is in person. I don't know, but I just really like it. It just adds a nice bronze look. The color for me is perfect. I just love this palette. I was so happy when I got this. I was like over the moon. Okay, now for my blush, I use kind of like a darker, richer cream blush, and when I do that, I normally just use a light blush on top. So I'm going to be using Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in Ethereal Glow. So it is a very light blush, like the pigment of it is just so baby pink. You can just like barely see that. It's just like so baby pink, but it is like glowy, and I normally, like I said, just kind of go over my cream just with that because it doesn't really add much color, just a little bit of light pink to it, a little bit of glow, but it will keep that base popping through. It just kind of sets it down. So that's why I like to do this on top of any darker cream blushes. And then voila, that's done. Now I will go in with my highlighter, and this one is, some of these products, like this is a part of my pen project, this is a part of my pen project, so I'm going to go in with this. This is the Touch and Soul Glowdient Makeup Palette. If you want a blinding highlight, this is it, and it works for any skin tone because it has a very large range, and I just kind of go in the first one, or sometimes I go in with the first two. I don't really go beyond that, but look how like blinding this is. Boop. I don't know, can you see that? It's just like, wow. It's a really, really nice highlighter. It just goes on effortlessly, smooths in. It's a really nice highlighter. And it's really nice without being like over the top too much. Like it's not, I mean it's blinding, but it's not gonna be like your icy white. It kind of just goes on perfectly. Okay, and then I'll set my face once my eyes are done, and then we'll do any touch-ups if we need. But that's pretty much my base face that I like to do quite often. This is kind of just my go-to look. Now for my eyeshadow palette, this has been my go-to ever since I got it, which was a few months ago. This is the Soft Glam by Anastasia. I know that a lot of you know this palette. It has been around for a good moment. This is the progress I have made. My brush keeps falling out. The progress I have made in mine. I really like this because even though some of the browns are on a bit of an orange side, they work out so well. They blend effortlessly. It's just a really good overall palette. So this has been more of my go-to everyday kind of palette. So that's what I'm using today. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm not really quite sure what kind of look I'm gonna do. I normally just kind of like start off with my browns and then just add like a shimmer depending on, because there's a couple colors in here. There's like a rose pink, a sultry, a bronze, glistening fairy. So kind of just whatever I'm wearing, I just add whatever shimmer goes with that on. So I'm going to first prime my lids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I use this a lot to prime my eyelids. It just gives a good base and everything adheres to it very nicely. And then I will go in and start doing shadow. I think I'm first going to go in with this burnt orange color and kind of just go in the crease with that. This is just a really good, versatile palette. I'm sure many of you have used this and love this. For me, I have just only been getting into makeup for the last 2 years. So I haven't been, this is actually my third year. Yeah, this is my third year. So I haven't been doing makeup for so long, but I've been seeing this palette and I've been really interested in it. And I'm so happy that I got it because it's just a really nice palette. I know that there's a lot of palettes that come out that have very similar neutrals. And I do have some palettes that have similar colors. This just is like a really good all-in-one everyday palette. So this is one I feel like, if you have watched my pan project video, you have heard me say this, but I feel like this is one one palette that I think that I will hit pan in, just because I do use it quite often, and that would be amazing. And now I'm gonna go in with Rustic, which is a bit more of a cool tone, and I'm gonna just apply that to the outer corner. Kind of just build that up, bring it in a little bit, just a little across the crease, but mostly just keep it blending on the outer portion. Okay, now to darken up that outer edge, I'm going to switch brushes and go in with the Cypress Umber. It is a bit more of your darker brown. I'm just going to kind of pack that on the outer corner and kind of just bring it up a little bit. This is what it looks like so far. Just kind of bringing that up and uplifting the eye a bit. Now I'm going to go back into the first brush that I first started using. It's a bit more just a big fluffy brush. And I'm just going to blend that up top, just so there's not so many harsh lines. Just going to blend that through. Now what I'm going to do with a smaller brush, more of a like pointed small, okay, there we go, now you can see it. I'm going to go in with the rustic and just to dab it into the Cypress Umber, tap off the excess and kind of just bring it under and connect it with the eyes. Elongates the eyes. Now, add a little bit of powder right there. So that's pretty much my basic, like, that's what I go in with first is mattes. I don't ever do an eye look without using glitter and shimmers. So now I would go in with, let's see, I think I'm going to do Sultry today, which is a bit of a maroon, like burgundy kind of shade, and I will just place that on the lids. Actually, now that you put it on your finger, it looks a little bit more brown, but it's fine, it'll work. I'm just gonna place that on the lid. They're not your like brightest and like most glittery shimmers. They're just very velvety smooth, very easy to put on. They're very subtle. Now I'm going to take a bit of an angled brush and I will dip into Fairy, which is like a light gold color, and kind of just bring that in the inner corner area. Liner on. I don't put liner on a whole lot. I only have a few options, so I guess you could just say these are my favorites. They're my go-to ones, that's for sure. Okay, this is the Persona liner in black. These are very creamy and smooth. I'm just going to put this on my waterline to darken up that area a little bit. To the waterline, I do not do the, what do they call it? I don't know, but it's like the top waterline. I know it's called, but I can't think of it right now. No. I have to do it this way and like pull down the eye and do that. I can't just like swipe and swipe. Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. So I just put some on the waterline. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. This is my favorite. I think this is like the Body Glove. They made a curling lash curler and I actually really like it. Just the grip on it's really nice. Oh, and if you are wondering, the sponge I'm using, most of you probably notice it, but it's a Real Techniques Beauty blender. So that is what I'm using. That's my everyday go-to beauty sponge. And now, if you know me, you know what my favorite go-to mascara is going to be. It will be this, probably forever. I feel like this, and I have tried the miniature like Charlotte Tilbury, and I feel like that is probably like gonna be like my next favorite. But like I said, I'm doing a no buy, so this is gonna be my favorite for as long as it runs out. But when I do buy again, it'd probably be this and the Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Rare Beauty Black Mascara, just my favorite go-to. There's just something about this formula and the wand, it just all works out and goes together. It's just really a wonderful, beautiful mascara. Eyes are done. I just absolutely love that mascara. I have some others, but I just keep using that one, and it just lengthens and volumizes my eyes so well. It's just amazing. And I don't wear falsies like except for special occasions, so I need something that really, you know, is black and deep and just really elongates the eyes, lifts up the lashes, and that just does it for me. Okay, for powder today, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is in translucent. This is an amazing powder. For so long, I didn't use it. And then in my decolor, I was like, you know what? I really should start using this again. And I did. And it's really good. It's really like a soft mattifying powder, in my opinion. It really helps control my oils. And it is just such a lightweight, easy, breezy powder. It's very fine milled. And it's really nice. I don't know why I stopped using it. Powder is done. Now we're going to go to my current favorite setting spray, which is the Toy Factory Super Set. It is, I guess, more of a aggressive, but it's not like terrible. It's just a little bit of an aggressive spray, but I do like it. I feel like it does a really good job. And it does have a unique smell to it, but it's not terrible. And then I'm just going to go in and pat everything down till it's nice and blended. And then we'll do lips, and that is it. This is pretty much my go-to type of makeup look. I am going to add a little bit more highlighter to my Cupid's bow, and just a little bit more on the sides. Okay, more highlighter is on. Now for lips, this has been kind of one of my favorites. I'm going to go in with the Dominique's Cosmetics. Oh, that's not very country. Dominique's. The Dominique Cosmetics Creamy Fill and Define Lip Liner. This is in Crush. I mentioned how I sound country. Well, if you're wondering, I do live in North Carolina, so I may have a bit of a accent. I like to think I don't, but I probably do. Now to go in with the lips, I'm going to do the NYX Smooth Whip Matte Lip Cream. This shade is... oh, Teddy Fluff. It's really nice. And I do like the wand on this. It's like a little wedge. It has like a little point to it. It's very easy to work with. Now for lip gloss. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is the Fenty Heat. This is in Gloss Bomb. Oh yeah. This is some Fussy Heat. So it's a plumping lip gloss, but this is really not that bad. It's very, very glossy. It looks very nice, and it just does a little tingle, and it doesn't like make your lips look like a balloon. It's really nice, and it just, once it wears off, it's gone. Like there's no more plumping, and the tingling doesn't last very long, and it's a very, very subtle tingle. So this is my go-to kind of look. This is what I like to use. These are my favorite products. I love all these products. I like all the products I have, but right now these are just my current reused products. I hope you liked this video. You can like, share, and subscribe, and I hope that y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye!